start using really good open-ended questions in your coaching conversations.
I love that question, Rob, because I was one of those people.
Well, it depends on what the future of the call center is.
If it's going to be Mythbusters, I'm going to explode something.
I think 50% of the US workforce in the next 2 or 3 years will be engaged in some form of freelancing.
That will do more to homogenize your workforce than it will to give you a better candidate.
Well, before you can even think about the engagement of the individual, you have to think about the quality of the content.
But that's that aha moment, right?
So my parents weren't rich. They couldn't afford to buy me the Commodore 64. So I got the Commodore VIC-20.
So it's education, it's engagement and trust. And that fourth bonus E is empathy.
I think you have to be a little bit provocative. You have to be curious.
2 things that employees want: flexibility, choice.
And NPS is a relationship metric.
Talk to your employees. They'll tell you what's happening.
For many of these tasks, the models have reached, performance that is comparable to humans on these tasks.
I really wanted to be authentic in what I was putting out there.
There's a big shift that occurs when you move from being an individual contributor to a manager.
The truth, they say the truth will set you free.
I don't think AI is the silver bullet here.
But you need to be very clear on what you want.
Algorithms are not our friends. They're our tools.
Because if they're having a good time, I don't think anything else really matters.
And people now think of AI differently. Now, do they know what's going on behind the scenes? No.
I do feel like the organizations that kind of bake the idea of change into the culture.
She's like, you would look really good with a mustache that was turned up like this.
It's just people helping people.
It is really difficult to describe who am I? Behind all these roles and these things, who am I?
Our reversible octopus plushie went viral, and the summer of 2020 and the months after it is referred to as the octopocalypse.
It's customer experience. So I said, no, I'm customer service experience.
I think there's a phrase out there that sales folks like to use, which is everybody's in the business of sales. And I'm like, absolutely. I go, it's equally everybody's in the business of customer experience.
That basic relationship between the knowledge and how you use it is changing from the idea of findability to, I would call it, promptability.
And so once you do understand and can recognize that in other people you're working with, then also recognizing maybe where you're lacking.
You want to not be the first rodeo.
Do you know, I don't really like the Beatles that much.
Oh, no.
Culture is not tied to a physical location.
First, can we all just walk away from this idea that you can do more with less?
We can start with that. We can start with doing some research.
I've been making a joke for years that if you work in contact center long enough, you age in dog years.
The payoff for them is people that stick around are that much better and that much more invested in and grow with the company and help lead in the future.
People that ask questions are noticed.
What they don't know is that it's like nails on a chalkboard because I feel like my mother's yelling at me.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's true. I've never had somebody say that to me.
Or in life too, I guess. I'm being philosophical here a little bit, but be curious. Curiosity, make curiosity your best friends.
Well, the first thing that pops into my head is that cheeky little tagline that I offer, and that is stop, survey, and score, start, listen, and act.
But in the year 2023, work ethic is no longer the most important thing. It's about study ethic.
Until I actually got really uncomfortable and looked myself in the mirror, actually the Zoom mirror, and said, you know what, I'm going to make a change, and this is going to be uncomfortable for a little bit.
Creating that experience, because employee retention starts at day one.
They're saying the main goal that consumer has when they share that negative feedback is to give opportunity for the company to get better.
For me, if I want to grow and learn a little bit, the next time I have this feeling, I say, okay, it's a very close decision. I usually have the tendency to throw away my cards. In those close spots, I call.
And, it's real because change is emotional.
If you were to see a purple cow in a pasture somewhere in wherever, Iowa,
Are there cows in Iowa? I don't know.
They do have
and-
cows in Iowa.
Okay.
Can confirm.